Nissan 3.3 Pathfinder, all removed. 2000 first gen Nissan Xterra. As you can see, I got the body up in the air here right now. I'm doing this because I'm swapping out the entire motor, transmission, and transfer case with the one out of the 99 Pathfinder that I just previously pulled out. I am just pulling out the motor and transmission and transfer case, everything on this 2000 Nissan Pathfinder. And this is going to go into the 2000 Xterra. Everything is identical. It should bolt right up. I'm doing this the way they probably would have put it together on the assembly line, and it's the same way we used to do it back at the auto wrecker when I was doing that. Basically, we're unbolting. There's 8 bolts that hold this whole front suspension in, which supports the motor in the front, and then there's just a cross member in the back, drive shafts, exhaust, bunch of wires and hoses, and she's going to come right out of here. Check this out. She's sitting on jack stands, everything is loose. Look at that. Body goes up, motor stays on the ground. Yeah, steering is undone, of course. Just got to double check. Oh, we got heater hoses. I knew I was going to forget something. All right. Also, don't forget your transfer case shift knob on the inside. Linkage is already undone for the main shift cable underneath. All right. That's looking a lot better. All this stuff is detached. Oop. Something's happening. It might have just been the shifter that did that. That's fine. Oh, we also got that heater core wire. Where's that going? Right here. A couple zip tie. There we go. Now we're cooking. All right. That is the way I like to do this. Now we got easy access to everything, motor mounts. I'm going to put the whole thing into the Xterra just like this, all in one unit. We'll probably have to pull the body off that one because that thing's body on frame. But yeah, this I had to unbolt this guy from the firewall there, which is binding up against the AC compressor. There it is, Nissan 3.3 Pathfinder, all removed. Once I unbolt the motor mounts and pick this up off of there, you can actually drop the suspension right back in there, slap the wheels on, and you still got a roller. Hey, there you go. Easy as butter. I literally started working on this maybe 2 hours ago. So, we got the whole unit, motor, transfer case, sitting over there in the corner out of the way. We'll lower the vehicle back down onto the front suspension member here. We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 7, 8 bolts, plus the ones on the struts. And that's back in under here. It's a little dark. I don't know if you can see there was a bunch of wires there for the tranny, shifter, tranny cross member, steering, rad hoses, tranny lines. There's not a lot to it. Sure beats messing with pulling the front diff out, trying to get to the torque and bell housing bolts and separating it and fishing it out. Yeah, I've just seen too many guys struggle. This is the way to do it for sure. 2000 first gen Nissan Xterra. As you can see, I got the body up in the air here right now. I'm doing this because I'm swapping out the entire motor, transmission, and transfer case with the one out of the '99 Pathfinder that I just previously pulled out. So there are going to be a few little things to swap over, like the accessory mountings. Everything's in a different spot, so I'll have to use all these brackets. Yeah, I'll just give you a quick rundown. I didn't see any other videos on how to do this, but starting up front, I mean, you got some wires and some hoses. You know, anything you can see that's connected to the body from the motor, you got to disconnect that. And then your brake lines, you got one here and a couple over there. I'll show you. You want to disconnect your transfer case shift lever here. Mine just got caught on the way up on this bracket, so watch for that. Your other shifter comes off over there. There's one little pin. Body mounts, there's 10 of them. 2 up front, 2 here by your toe kick panel. Right behind the driver's seat, under the back seat. And then a couple here at the very back. You might have 1 or 2 snap, depending on rust. You got a few wires right here in the back corner, which I missed. Your hoses to your fuel tank right here in the right rear wheel well. Be sure to disconnect the electrical to your fuel tank under the back seat through the access panel. Boy, now would be a real good time to change that fuel filter. Right here is where your shifter undoes. There's a little pin and a little clip holding it here. Here you've got your other brake line, rear brake line down here, fuel lines, and this one I cut because the hose was kind of yucky. I think that's an evap line maybe. Yeah, power steering. See here, I just dropped mine all instead of undoing it with the frame and the engine. AC I took right off because it was empty anyways. So that's the basic gist of that. I'm going to get into a few things. I think I can see already I have to swap the crank pulley because the Pathfinder one has a V-belt on the alternator, so that's a little different. Hopefully that comes off okay. We'll get a look at the timing belt and stuff here, see if this has been done. And yeah, maybe sooner rather than later, we'll have that sitting in here. Now I just got to pull the exhaust manifolds, and there's a couple motor mount bolts and drive shafts, and I should be able to crane this whole assembly right out. Wish me luck. Oh yeah, and don't forget your steering. That was a bit of a battle. I'm gonna have to operate on this. Both of the bolts snap, one here and one there, due to rust. So I'm gonna have to operate on that. They're a little stiff anyways, those U-joints. Yeah, that's that, guys. Any more questions on how hard this is or whatever, just shoot me a comment down below. Well, we got our all sandwiched back together with the Pathfinder 3.3 into the Xterra. Of course, I gave her the old Craigslist rebuild while I had it out. And yeah, I've already actually taken it for a little rip down the road. It runs pretty good. Does good burnouts too. I laid down some rubber here in the garage. Just you know, you gotta test on things. So yeah, before I really hit the rubber with this thing, or hit the asphalt, pardon me, I'm still looking for a right rear tail light. I did find a bumper. Gave that a quick rebuild too. And I got the lower portion of the bumper. I just got to clean that up a little bit before I put it on. Still looking for a grill. Once I get that, we'll be able to really take this thing for a nice test drive and make sure she's all good, and she'll be back up for sale.